Have you ever noticed that as the years go by, you've started to enjoy your alone time more than ever before? Maybe you don't feel like going out as much, or big gatherings just don't bring the same joy they used to. And that's okay. Actually, it might be more than okay. It might be a sign of something deeper, something wiser. People might misunderstand your quiet moments. They might think you're pulling away or that you're lonely. But you and I both know it's not about being lonely. It's about finally feeling at peace. You've spent a lifetime surrounded by noise, responsibility, and people. So when you finally find comfort in stillness, it's not a loss. It's a gain. In this video, I want to share with you 5 powerful reasons why older adults who enjoy being alone often carry a deep, quiet wisdom. And if you've ever felt like your alone time isn't just restful but meaningful, then this might just speak to your heart. Before we begin, I'd love to know, do you enjoy your own company more these days? If that sounds like you, let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to hear from you. Let's get into it. 1. You've learned to choose peace over noise. There comes a time in life when peace becomes more than just a moment. It becomes a priority. And maybe you've felt that shift. Where once your days were filled with people, plans, and constant doing, now it's the quiet moments that feel the most meaningful. You stop needing the buzz of a room or the small talk at a party. You find joy in a slow morning, a gentle breeze, a favorite chair. You don't feel guilty saying no anymore. Not because you're pulling away, but because you're finally protecting your energy. Take Raymond, for example. He spent most of his life surrounded by people. Colleagues, neighbors, acquaintances. Always going to events, always being on. Because that's what he thought he was supposed to do. But after retiring, he realized something. Most of those relationships weren't built on connection. They were built on habit. So he started saying no. He stayed home more, took walks alone, read more, thought more. And do you know what he discovered? He wasn't lonely. He was free. That's the thing. When you choose solitude in your later years, you're not giving up, you're choosing peace. And the ability to say no when something doesn't serve you, that's not selfish. That's self-respect. A lot of people never reach that point. But if you have, it means you've grown into a kind of wisdom that can't be taught. It's lived. Quietly, patiently, and deeply. 2. You've developed a strong sense of self. One of the most freeing parts of getting older is finally knowing who you are, and being okay with it. You're not chasing approval anymore. You're not trying to keep up, fit in, or impress anyone. That pressure fades. And what's left is something much better. Peace with yourself. In your younger years, you might have felt the need to stay busy, stay liked, stay included. Maybe you filled your calendar with lunches, phone calls, community events, even when you didn't always feel like it. You weren't alone in that. A lot of people do it because they're afraid of what happens when the noise stops. But as the years pass, you start to realize that your own company isn't just enough. It's actually good. You begin to enjoy those quiet moments. You stop second-guessing your choices. You listen to your own voice more than the crowd's. Take Margaret, for instance. She used to be a social butterfly, always out, always connected. She had friends from every stage of life, and she was the one always making the plans. But as she got older, something shifted. She realized that a lot of that constant socializing came from habit, not happiness. Now, she takes morning walks by herself. She journals. She sits with her coffee and just thinks. And she's never felt more confident, more clear, or more comfortable in her own skin. Because when you truly know yourself, you don't need noise to feel seen. You don't need a room full of people to feel whole. You've done the work, the hard internal work, that so many never face. And that kind of self-respect, it shows in how you speak, in what you tolerate, and in how peacefully you carry yourself. 3. Quality over quantity. Choosing who truly matters. As we grow older, something beautiful happens. We start to realize that not every relationship deserves a seat at our table. It's not about having a big circle anymore. It's about having the right people around us. Think about your younger days when you might have tried to keep up with everyone. Acquaintances, distant cousins, old coworkers, just to avoid feeling left out. But with time, you begin to see who actually brings light to your life and who just adds noise or drains your energy. Take Henry, for example. In his 70s now, he used to juggle a large group of friends. But he noticed that many of those friendships were surface level, often filled with small talk or obligations. So he started narrowing his circle to a few close friends who truly care and understand him. Those few friendships, they're deeper, warmer, and more fulfilling. Henry enjoys real conversations, genuine laughter, and the comfort of being accepted without having to explain himself. You don't have to keep everyone around to feel loved or supported. It's perfectly fine to let go of those who don't add value or kindness to your days. Ask yourself, who brings me energy? And just as important, who leaves me feeling tired or drained? Choosing quality over quantity is not selfish. It's self-care. When you surround yourself with the right people, life becomes lighter, richer, and more joyful. For lifelong learning, growing even in quiet moments. Growing older doesn't mean your journey of learning and growth has to stop. In fact, many find that this stage of life offers a unique opportunity to explore new interests and passions in ways they never had before. Solitude, often seen as loneliness, can actually be a beautiful space for personal growth and creativity. Take Eleanor's story. After retiring, she didn't just settle into routine. Instead, she embraced this time to learn new things. Painting became her new language of expression. Writing her life stories allowed her to relive memories, understand her journey, and leave a legacy for her family. She even took online classes to keep her mind sharp and engaged, proving that learning truly has no age limit. These quiet moments alone are not wasted hours. They're moments filled with potential. Whether it's picking up a paintbrush, learning a new language, gardening, or simply journaling your thoughts, each new activity adds richness and purpose to your days. It's a way to stay curious, keep your brain active, and nourish your soul. You might think, at my age, what's the point of starting something new? But the truth is, growth doesn't stop. Trying new things can bring fresh excitement and fulfillment, no matter how small the step. It's not about being perfect. It's about enjoying the process and discovering new parts of yourself. So here's a little challenge. What's one thing you've always wanted to try but never quite got around to? This month, why not give yourself permission to take that first step? It could be as simple as reading a new book, learning a recipe, or trying a craft you've admired. The joy of learning something new might surprise you. Remember, solitude is not emptiness. It's your chance to invest in yourself, to grow, reflect, and find new meaning. Every day is an opportunity to add something new to your story. So keep your mind open, your heart curious, and embrace this beautiful phase of lifelong learning. 5. Emotional depth. Finding comfort within yourself. As we get older, something special happens. We become more comfortable with our own thoughts and feelings. This comfort isn't always easy to reach. It takes time and experience to learn how to truly enjoy your own company. But when you get there, it's one of the most peaceful and mature places to be. Take Walter's story. For many years, he filled his days with distractions. TV, social events, busy schedules. Anything to avoid sitting quietly with himself. But as time went on, he realized those distractions were just noise. What he really wanted was to understand himself better. He started spending moments in quiet reflection, learning to listen to his thoughts without judgment. This shift brought him a new kind of peace. He found that when you can sit calmly with your own thoughts, it's a sign of real emotional strength and maturity. You don't need constant noise or company to feel whole. In fact, enjoying your own presence means you've truly arrived at a place of self-acceptance. If you find joy in your own company, if you feel calm and content when alone, even just for a little while, that's a beautiful achievement. It's not about being lonely. It's about being emotionally rich and self-aware. And that richness can bring a sense of fulfillment that lasts. So take a deep breath and try this. Next time you're alone, instead of reaching for a distraction, simply sit with your thoughts. Notice how it feels. It might be uncomfortable at first, but over time, it becomes a precious gift. Remember Walter's words, if you enjoy your own company, you've arrived. Getting older doesn't mean being alone or empty. It means discovering a deeper kind of fullness. Peace that comes from within, strength in knowing yourself, and the joy of meaningful connections. This time in your life is about embracing what truly matters and letting go of what no longer serves you. Think about what resonated with you today. Was it the idea of choosing peace over noise? Or maybe the importance of lifelong learning and growing even now? Whatever touched your heart, remember you're not alone in this journey. If you feel inspired, please like, subscribe, and share this message with others. And if you want, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Together, we can celebrate aging with grace, wisdom, and purpose. Thank you for being part of this conversation. Your story is important,